everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another match preview for Newcastle's upcoming game this Sunday against Southampton at St James's Park. Massive game this is for us on our charge for Champions League football. Even bigger for Southampton. They're trying to stay in the Premier League, and the hopes are fading fast as the weeks go by. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute. Just talk about how I think we're going to line up, how we think the game's going to go, and what we think the result may be. Just before we do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We'd love you to come and join us. We're actually on about 3,000 and I think it's 80-something subscribers now, which is amazing. So Mark, I have to change this yet again. So many of you great people clicking that button. Come and join us for some Newcastle United chat. Stats and chats, we love doing it here. 2 live shows, Mondays and Wednesdays, and pop the videos just like this one you're going to watch. So smash the button and come and join us. You won't regret it. So Newcastle going to this game absolutely flying high, it's safe to say. 10 goals in 2 games after the dismantling of the Scouse Mackems Everton down at Goodison Park on Thursday. Brilliant performance by the lads. Ugly game to start with. Real good game management as well. Showed a different side of Eddie Howe's team and then stepped it up when they needed to and just blew Everton away. Could have been 6 or 7 at the end of it, just like, we smashed Spurs the week before. So 2 teams at 2 different ends of the table. It just shows you how good this team is and how diverse they are and how well they are managing games these days, no matter who they're playing, be it relegation candidates or be it, fellow Champions League chasing sides. But we are taking on the bottom of the table side, Southampton, at St James's Park, and everybody who's anybody seems to have money on us to beat Southampton and not just beat them by a little bit, absolutely annihilate them. Now, I'm very cautious about this because sometimes you get a bit too cocky and these games might come and sting you. But I think the form we have going into this game, you'd be surprised to bet against Newcastle for another victory. But we'll get into that in a minute. How do I think the lads are going to line up? This is what we went for. A little bit of a change there. I think Mark's made Alexander Isak glow there, I think, with some kind of heavenly, angelic orange glow behind him. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but why not? Because he is the man of the moment. But yeah, I think Isak will come back in and lead that line, no matter how good Wilson played against Everton, getting his brace. Brilliant brace as well. Poacher's goal, an absolute screamer from Wilson, but I think he'll rotate again. I think Isak will come in after that cameo and after that world-class assist. I think he'll definitely come into the team and lead the line. In terms of the back 4, I think Byrne will come back in after he was rested from the start against Everton. The midfield, I think, will stay the same with Willock, Gomeresh and Longstaff. And the front 3, I do think that Anthony Gordon might get his chance at St James's against Southampton. I think he's been having nice little cameos here and there, and I think Eddie's been waiting for that game to start him. Yes, he started him against Villa, didn't go quite well, but I think he might start him in the weekend. I think you might give him a chance from the start of the game to really put a marker down and show what he can do. Miggy looked really leggy against Everton. I thought he didn't use the ball very well. He misplaced a lot of passes. He looked a bit like the Miggy of old. Murphy was great when he come on again, took his goal well. Isak did everything for him, to be fair. I think even you or I would have finished that, but Murphy did play quite well. So yeah, you could argue for Murphy coming back to the side, but I do think Gordon needs a start and at home as well with that crowd behind him, and I'd love to see it happen this weekend. And I think he could really tear Southampton to pieces if he runs at them like we know he can do as well. So that's how I think we'll line up. Mark's made Trippier incredibly small in this back 4. I've just noticed that there. So Dan Burn is gigantic and Trippier is very small. He's playing silly buggers with this lineup. He thinks I don't notice. I'm on to you, Mark. I can see that. I'm not at that. But yeah, so how do I think the game is going to go? I think we'll just be overly dominant for Southampton. I'm just looking at their team news here, and the massive thing for them, it looks like they're going to be without Salisu, who's a big player for them. And also, there's question marks over James Ward-Prowse. Now, he probably will play, but he was substituted against Bournemouth at half-time because he was ill. So, if James Ward-Prowse doesn't play for them, they've pretty much got nothing, really. He's a player who's been linked to Newcastle in the coming summer transfer window. A good player. I think he gets a lot of stick for just being a free kick merchant, but his work rate is incredible. He's up and down the pitch. He covers every blade of grass, but he is deadly from those set pieces. If you give a free kick away, there's a good chance they could get a goal. Better be from a corner, better be from a free kick, directly or swinging it in for somebody to get their head in it. He is a very good player, but if he's not there, that's a massive blow for Southampton as well. Theo Walcott will be playing alongside NUFC. So some of the people in their lineup there, obviously ex Newcastle United striker Adam Armstrong, who always has a point to prove against us. he looked nippy in the game earlier in the season. He looked like he wanted to do something, but we controlled him quite well. And I think how well Botman and Shaw are playing, I don't think Armstrong will give them much trouble really. Same for Theo Walcott as well. Looking at Sportsmo here, they've got Ward-Prowse starting. Walker Peters is a decent fullback as well. He likes to get up and down the pitch, so we'll have to be a little bit wary of him. But I just think we'll be too good for them. I mean, Southampton have been so poor this year. They've got nobody up front really to finish any chances. For whatever chances they do create, very few and far between. I think this game will be exactly the same. I think Newcastle will come out of the blocks flying, with the home crowd there, with more flags, with everything else. That feeling of expectation. I've seen some journalists reporting that possibly they think Newcastle need 2 more wins, and that's them pretty much guaranteed Champions League football. This one is a definite 3-pointer circled on the calendar. Eddie Howe's looked at that and said, just go for the jugular, lads, and get them. And you can see how well they're playing and how ruthless they're being as well. They don't just want to settle with 1, 2, or 3 goals. They want 4, they want 5, they want 6. So I think that there's a real good chance we could rip Southampton to pieces here. And I don't think the Saints fans will be going to this game with any real optimism anyway. And rightly so, because Newcastle is probably the team next to Manchester City you don't want to play in the league right now. So it's bad for them in their relegation fight, but brilliant for us in our chase for the top 4. So a little bit of head-to-head. It just shows you that we're worlds apart there. We were where Southampton were last season, so I do sympathise a little bit with them. But we're sitting in third, they're 20th. You can see the form guide there. Apart from that Villa blip, straight wins. For Southampton, a couple of draws in there. No draws in there, beg your pardon. 1 draw in there, beg your pardon, against Arsenal, which was really admirable. So they can dig in when they want to. But the rest of it's all defeats, really. But in terms of the Premier League era, 43 Premier League games, 18 wins for us, 16 for them, probably when they had Matt Tissé, when they got most of them. 9 draws, 73 goals for us, 67 for them. The reverse fixture at St Mary's was 4-1. We won 7 of the last 10 league games against Southampton and only 1 defeat. And we're unbeaten in 10 Sunday Premier League games, which is a great stat from Mark there. 7 wins. Eddie Howe has now got a 52.9% win ratio. That makes him 3rd of all time behind Keegan and Houghton, which is incredible. And we said that stat on Evermore that Carl pulled out as well, about if Eddie Howe gets, I think it's only 10 points now, he becomes the most successful English manager in the Premier League. So absolutely phenomenal. Great achievement by Eddie Howe. I think unless Pep wins the treble, you'll get the manager of the year handed him on a plate. But Eddie Howe has definitely got to be up there for that, in my opinion. But going back to this game, yeah, I mean, our prediction for me, I think we could win this game 4-0. I think Sportsmall said the same thing actually as well. I think we could win this game easily 4-0, if not by more. I think if we start the game, I'm not saying we're going to start the game against Tottenham. Sorry, if we do, I think Southampton are in big trouble. But if we start the game like we normally start games, on the front foot, in their faces, winning the ball back, pressing, with the way people are playing now, with the ruthlessness and the clinical finishing of Isak. Joe Willock, the balls he's putting in. Joe Linton's on 8 goals. 8 goals for Joe Linton. 2 more, and he's got double digits. We never thought we'd ever see the day from Joe Linton when he came as that number 9, didn't we? But everybody's just completely on fire at the moment. And, I'm not scared of any team. I don't think Newcastle fans should be scared of any team right now. You give us City on Sunday, and I don't think we'd be scared. I think we'd fancy our chances to go at them. But, you don't want to get too cocky with it. I don't think Eddie Howe will let the lads get too cocky with it. Yeah, but I think this is going to be an easy Newcastle United win, in my opinion. I think it's going to be 4-0 to the Mags. We'll go marching on. A great result for Spurs and Man United, drawing for us in terms of our Champions League credentials and how we're progressing to that as well. And if we just need those 2 wins again, to kind of get us cemented into that Champions League position, then this is definitely going to be one of them, in my opinion. Yeah, we're sitting on 62 points. So we are, what is that there? We are 8 points clear of Spurs in 5th place, and 2 points clear Manchester United. So whether we're 3rd or 4th, as long as we win 1 or 2 more games, I think we're nailed on for Champions League. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Whether you think I'm right or wrong. Are you nervous about the weekend? Do you think, we may come unstuck a little bit, or do you just think this massive black and white train is going to keep rolling on and steamroll the Saints out of the way? Their time in the Premier League is definitely coming to an end. I think it's a case of just when, not if, for them really. They've run out of games, and they're then buried there at the bottom of the league, sitting on 24 points. It normally takes, what they say, about 35, is it, to stay up? then they're nowhere near that. They're nowhere near that at all. Everton are 3 points ahead of them on 28, and then Leicester on 29. I just can't see Southampton even getting those 5 points, 6 points really to get themselves, even at 18th, let alone out of the relegation zone. So I think they're dead and buried. And I think we'll make quick work of them at the weekend. But really looking forward to the game as always. And I think it's going to be a dominant Newcastle United display. So that's me done for the match preview. Hope you enjoyed it. If this is the kind of thing you like, please click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. And if you can like the video as well, it really helps get around YouTube, helps the channel grow. We're still a very young channel. We're not even 2 years old yet, and we're really having a great time of it at the moment. Everybody's really enjoying what we're doing, and we really appreciate all the great comments that we get from you guys as well. So until then, let's keep supporting that team. We'll have a great weekend, everybody. Roll on Sunday. Let's batter the Saints in our bid for Champions League glory. I can hear that music playing already. Come on, the lads. We'll see you later. Cheers.